I trade spot and futures on BYDFi, and if you want to set up an account now, send me a message once you've created your account with your username and UID on Telegram, and I'll put you into a randomly selected prize draw. I've got $10, $20 and $50 gift cards to give out, which basically go against your trading fees, giving you free trading fees basically until the gift cards run out. BYDFi. Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at the overall market, not particularly any individual altcoin, but the overall market. We'll start with the total 2 actually, might as well. I imagine whatever clickbait I've decided to use today is revolving around altcoins, so let's get in with that. And then you can carry on with the rest of your day unless you want to watch some other stuff about more boring parts of the market. And if you do want to watch live streams, we do, and interact with them, we do 2 a week. And they are Fridays and Tuesdays. So links in the description below for the Patreon. Right then, let's get started. So here we go. And this has been the good aspect of all the charts at the moment. The dailies and the weeklies are better than the 4 hourlies and the hourlies, which that's fine by me because the dailies and the weeklies offer the larger move. Now, if you look at this chart here on the total 2, you can see that actually, you know, there was a scary wick below 21. Another one here, but every single body has closed above at least the 21 exponential moving average, if not the 20 for the most part. We had this one down here, but there was all of them basically closing above. Now, yesterday we were talking about how Bitcoin has a pump signal on the 4 hourly, should take it up to its previous local high, 44,100 or thereabouts, which happened. And the rest of the market was sort of like dragged up with it. But by being dragged, we're now looking at a potential breakout of this descending triangle on the total 2. Way, way, way before the apex, which is highly convincing for continuation. So this is good. We want to see the candle body closure, obviously, on a daily. We need to close above 747.7 billion. Which again, you know, in terms of percentage is like tiny, you know, 1%. So only a 1% move here from altcoins is all it would take to get to that level. And we just want to close above the descending triangle. So that would be good. And like I say, very convincing, not just to hit this 1% target, which I think is pretty much on the cards anyway, but for continuation. And continuation for this leads us up to this level here, the 922 billion target. Which is the extension of this alt season 2.0, which has been very sluggish. I have to say, it's been very sluggish. And look, yeah, from here to here was less than a 40% move, but you know, you span that across a variety of different market caps, and you will find some altcoins go mental and some altcoins drag. So that looks quite good. Does look very good indeed, actually. Quick look at Bitcoin dominance. A bit messy, to be fair. If anything, it's probably coming down to a retest of this Bollinger Band Center where we continue up. So, not really saying that altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin to any large extent, but it does look quite good for the overall market. Let's just say. So yeah, there was that move yesterday. So the target being the candle body tops, and we basically got that there. Excellent. So now what we're looking at is a continuation of that. Based around the daily, what we're seeing now is a breakout of momentum with price action, all maintaining above the 20 and the 21 exponential, which is the midway point. Volume still not quite broken out as far as I can tell. Looking for a daily closure, and again that closure would be a breakout from RSI, a positive cross histogram. A closure of the money flow index, and obviously breaking and closing above the, we'll call it 44,300, just to get a new local high on that, and that would have continuation to 48,000, where we all basically, you know, get ready to change our underpants, because this is where the rejection is likely to take place. Now, the rejection taking place from here will almost certainly bring the market down, right? The whole market will likely come down with Bitcoin. But then does the whole market bounce? Because that's the question, isn't it, really? And this is what I was saying yesterday about, you know, a whole range of altcoins, you know, tons of them, Ethereum included, even Bitcoin included. Golden Cross retests have not been achieved yet. They've not even come close. And the 200 exponential for Ethereum is, you know, 1,877. DOT is actually rallying quite hard, but that would be $5.20. XRP is actually quite close. That's 56 cents. EOS is actually only just got a golden cross, and that's down at 7.30. VRA, and again, this is just to reiterating what we were talking about yesterday. Back down here at 0.47%. XDC is actually already below it, so this is not quite fair, but life isn't fair, so not everything is the same. But if we think about it in total, as far as the total 2 and what the total 2 looks like, a golden cross retest is currently sitting all the way down here at 600 billion. So if the market pulls back from, let's just say, 48 to 38 or 32, then you would expect these golden crosses to get retested. So just measure this out just for fun. What would this look like on the total 2 from here? That would be an 18% drop on the total market cap. So that's 18% of cryptocurrency's market cap, not Bitcoin, but all altcoins market caps, sucked out. It's a fair amount, to be fair. It's quite a lot. So you can only imagine the devastation. But with that devastation would come a perfect, well, not perfect, but an amazing entry point in a chart which would still be presented as overall bullish on the higher term timeframes. This is what I'm trying to put across here. So that there is, and there has been since yesterday, upside potential for altcoins. Look, I mean, we're generally up. I mean, DOT is doing particularly well, but Bitcoin, once it gets to that level and a rejection from that level, whether we pull back to, well, I mean, first of all, you'd imagine a little stumbling block around the previous resistance, but then probably looking more along the lines of around 38, which is pretty strong. Maybe the golden cross retest and the horizontal down here at 32. So we're talking 30% off Bitcoin, and you can imagine the pain that would happen on altcoins. That doesn't have to happen straight away. It could, but it doesn't have to happen straight away. But it could. But that would be, these are the sort of major targets. And they would still be bullish. This would absolutely still be bullish. In fact, that would be a golden cross retest on the daily. And also the Ichimoku cloud, we've got our Chiku span here, will stay bullish above $30,000. And even allow us to come down to around $26,000 in about 2 months from now. So we can see consolidations, we can see dumps, we can see crashes, and we can see recoveries take place all the way down to $30,000. I don't think it's going to come to 30,000, but if it did, it wouldn't be a problem either. It'd still be okay. It'd just be a dip buyer's market for Bitcoin based on its own chart, and then you take every other chart on its individual merit. So, yeah, cool. We're good right now. Everything looks quite good right now. And Bitcoin looks good. Total market cap looks good. Even traditional markets look good. But as we get closer and closer and closer to the end of the year, it's probably best to limit the positions and revisit the year with fresh eyes and fresh balances in January. I still stand by that because the risk to reward at this exact level is not particularly good. It's 50-50 and in some cases a lot less. So, that's not a great place to take on new positions personally, unless you've got extremely tight risk management. But again, it's completely up to you. It depends on your risk appetite. My risk appetite is not as big as other people's. Let's call it like that. Yeah. So for me, when the risk and reward is 50-50. It's not really a very attractive trade, to be honest. But again, 50-50 is a roll of the dice. You could make money, you could lose money at this exact level. So personally, though, just based on the trend and the current trend, and waiting for Bitcoin to follow through with this breakout, probably is more likely in the very short term to see further highs before lows. And there's nothing wrong in trying to take part in that particular move over the next 24, 48, maybe a few more hours than that. But to hold on for dear life and expect really big highs immediately this year, I think is unlikely. There's always going to be a few. Oh, let's face it. Someone bought Polkadot yesterday, didn't they? But for the most part, most altcoins haven't, because it was a Bitcoin-driven market once again. But looking for the breakout on the total 2 should, like I say, keep us going to beyond the previous local high, with the top target over here, which again we could see this hit later on in January. I'd be very surprised to see it hit in December, but I can't rule it out, but I would be surprised. I still think we're in the midst of a decent uptrend. It's going to be choppy, as it always is, and allow for the chop and to buy the dip upon the chop, especially as Bitcoin gets to that $48,000. Right, I'll leave it with you there. If you want to join the streams, links in the description. Otherwise, hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.